Hey YouTube, this is Super Daddy here, and today we're going to be talking about making baby wipes from scratch. There's two main reasons why we began doing this. One reason was because of all the chemicals that are in the wipes and because of the reactions I was having with our kids. We have twins, and we noticed that with one of our children, that whenever we wiped him, especially when he had rashes, he would always cry and scream like it was hurting him. Didn't matter if we used the Walmart Parents' Choice brand, Target brand, even the more sensitive Pampers for sensitive skin. It seemed like it didn't matter what kind of wipes we used, we always had the same reaction. And just to give you an example, this is a pack of wipes here, and they're all very similar, but some of the ingredients in here: propylene glycol, which is an ingredient in antifreeze, all the kinds of alcohols and stuff, which I'm assuming helps to dry baby skin faster. But if there's any kind of alcohols or other kind of stuff in it, it can cause baby to get burned or cause irritation. So if you actually pick up the wipes you have and read them, you might be kind of surprised to see what kind of ingredients are in them. So in addition to the health benefits, there's also the cost benefit, because it is a lot cheaper to make your own wipes. And if you are a parent that's looking at doing the best thing for your child, and you're okay with spending whatever is necessary, this is actually a very cost-effective way to do something healthy for your child, and serves two purposes. So quick summary: we're going to prepare the paper towels, which is one of the ingredients we use to make the wipes. We're going to prepare the solution to pour on top of them, and then that's pretty much it. It's a real simple process. So the ingredients that we're going to use: we're going to use a high quality 2-ply paper towel. We bought this from BJ's Bounty Extra Soft 2-ply paper towel. Make sure whatever paper towels you use, they don't have any kind of prints, colors on them, because those would be potentially bad also. You need a real sharp knife, because we're going to be cutting them and making actually 2 rolls out of this. So I use a real sharp survival knife. It's real cheap, but it has a real good edge on it. We also use Dr. Bronner's soap. This is bar soap, is all natural soap. You can buy it in a bar form, you can buy it in liquid form. Liquid form is more convenient, but it's a lot more expensive. This bar is $3, and we can liquefy it and make it into about a half a gallon of soap, versus the 1 liter bottle of Dr. Bronner's soap that costs about $20. So another video we can show how to do this and make this into liquid soap, but for now we're just going to already use a liquid that we've already pre-made. In case you don't have any of this soap and you just have some other kind of soap at home, like you could use a regular, baby soap for now. But we've actually already liquefied this and put it in this bottle, so we'll be using Dr. Bronner's soap today. You're going to be using filtered water. You can use regular distilled water, purified water. As long as you boil it for at least 10 minutes, make sure it's sterile. And it also helps to mix the ingredients well. We're going to be using tea tree oil, which is a natural antifungal. We're going to be using lavender oil, which serves two purposes. It helps it smell a little bit better, and it also has properties to help prevent and treat rashes. And last but not least, we're going to be using coconut oil, which will be used as a moisturizer. Okay? We've been doing this for a few months now. We've watched a bunch of different videos on it, and we found a good formula that works for us. 2-ply paper towels, 2 cups of water, 2 tablespoons of soap, 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, and 6 to 10 drops of each oil. Not too hard, and it's pretty easy to remember. So what we're going to do first, we're going to boil the water, which I've already done. I've already boiled it for about 10 minutes or so, and that's ready to go. So what we're going to do, we're going to start mixing our ingredients, and then we can begin with the tea tree oil. So we're going to go about 6 to 10 drops of that. We'll do 6 to 10 drops of lavender oil. Do a couple tablespoons of coconut oil. We're going to do our soap. 2 tablespoons of that. And usually at room temperature, the coconut oil is kind of solid, almost like a jello form in the hot water, which should help to soften up and liquefy the entire mixture. So let that sit for a little while. And while that's sitting, we're going to work on cutting the paper towel roll, which is probably the most challenging thing to do with this whole process. Let that sit for a little while. So a paper towel roll, like I said, you need a very sharp knife. It cannot be serrated, it has to be a solid edge knife. This is a very sharp knife, but it's funny because cutting this, every time I use it, it actually goes down a lot. So usually what I'll do, I'll sharpen a little bit just to make sure the edge is like real sharp on it. And usually a few times on here helps to make it real sharp, which it is. So what you're gonna do, find about the halfway point, which is about here. And we're gonna just start cutting into the paper towel roll. And what you want to do, as you cut it, cut a little bit into it, and just keep spinning it. And eventually you'll start working your way down to the middle. If you got a real dull knife, you're going to end up squashing it, ripping it apart. Serrated knives do the same thing too. Like I said, you want to make sure you have a real good quality knife. Eventually, when you keep cutting through it, you get to the center, which has a little cardboard tube in there. And just keep cutting through it. Eventually, you'll cut through the cardboard tube also. Almost done. You might cut the edges a little bit, might fray a little bit, but it's alright. So about the same size. So we could save one for later, and we'll do one for now. And all you gotta do, we've actually found that these containers, these coffee containers work really good. They're like a perfect size. So if you just take this and stick this right in here, it fits really well. So we're gonna actually take our solution and then pour it over the top of this and let this sit for a few minutes. And then what'll happen is this cardboard tube will get real soft and it'll literally just come right out and we can start feeding the wipes from the middle. So we're gonna do that now. The solution mixed pretty well, it's pretty liquid now. All we're going to do is just pour it right over the top. And it'll absorb into it, into the entire roll. When we first started doing this, we saw some recipes that were like a cup and a half, and we tried that and it seemed to dry out really quick. We found some that had a little bit too much oil, and it seemed like the tea tree oil overpowered the smell. So this recipe we've just done over time, we found out it just works pretty well for us. So we're going to let this top on here, let it sit for a few minutes. Alright, while the wipes are sitting, we're going to talk about the cost a little bit now, okay? So, of all the wipes we bought, the cheaper ones that we bought were the Parents' Choice brand. And we bought them by the case. 700 wipes cost $12, which works out to about 1.7 cents per wipe, alright? Looking at the ingredients that we bought, this roll of paper towels is a pack of 24, and it actually works out, I'm sorry, it's a pack of 12. When you cut it in half, it works out to 24. So you're getting almost 24 of these pretty much, and each one has 74 wipes, okay? The entire thing was $18 with a coupon for the paper towels, alright? This bar of soap we got was $3. And like I said, that'll make almost about a half a gallon of soap, so I mean that'll last you, I mean, this entire pack of paper towels. Each of these oils, tea tree oil and the lavender oil, works out to about 6 each. I'm using a doTERRA oil, which costs a little bit more, but you can buy like these from like Vitamin Shop that costs a lot less. Coconut oil. You can buy a small jar of coconut oil for under $10. We use a lot of it, so we bought the big container, but it doesn't have to cost you that much. So all the ingredients together cost us about $43 for everything on this table to make these wipes. All right. Now, there's a couple of things to consider with this. This is a 2-ply wipe. All right. If you were to just use every wipe in this pack of paper towels that we got as a 2-ply, you would have 1,776 wipes. Okay. Cool thing about these 2-plies is sometimes you can actually separate them pretty easy and actually get 2 wipes out of them. So that actually doubles on the wipes you have. If you do that, it works out at 3,556 wipes. And if you did that half of the time, like we usually do, because sometimes we're frustrated, we just want to grab a wipe and clean them up, or they have a real bad poop and we need, we just try to clean them up real fast. We might do that half of the time. We might half of the time use a full wipe, half the time use a single-ply wipe. If you do that, it works out to about 640 wipes. All right. So if you do the math on that and you figure the price of all these ingredients and how much wipes you're getting out of it, If you do the single ply, it works out to like if you just were like Mr. Cheap and you say, okay, I'm gonna just do single wipes, single ply all day long, and that's all you're gonna do. It works out to 1.2 cents a wipe. If you did the 2-ply and you said, okay, that's too much work for me, I'm gonna just grab the wipes and use them as is. 2-ply works out to 2.4 cents per wipe. And if you do like us and you use them half the time or so, it works out to 1.6 cents a wipe. Alright. So if you compare the costs, Walmart, which is probably the cheapest wipes you're gonna buy anywhere, is 1.7 cents a wipe. And even if you were to do the 1-ply or the 1-ply half of the time, it works out to 1.2, 1.6. You're still coming into Walmart's price just a little bit. And if you were a little bit less conservative and you just did 2-ply all the time, you're gonna do a little bit more than Walmart. Okay. Keep in mind, this is the old price. I think the price has gone up a little bit since then. So if you are looking to save money, you definitely can if you do single ply most of the time or all the time. If you are one of those parents that are just primarily concerned with just health, and you said, I really don't care about what it costs, I just want the best thing for my child, you're not really paying a whole lot more to make really good wipes from scratch compared to Walmart. And you keep in mind also, if you're buying the more expensive Pampers wipes or any other kind of brand for that matter, you're going to be paying more than this per wipe. So you actually are coming out cheaper in the long run. So hopefully that can kind of show you a little bit of what it's going to cost you. And all these ingredients, you figure, we have twins. And a container like the wipes we made today might last us about a week, 6 to 7 days or so. If you have one child, that could easily last you a week and a half. This whole pack of paper towels could last you 6 months or longer. So you figure you're spending $40 now, and all these ingredients could last you almost half or more than half a year. So you're definitely saving some money. So, alright, enough of that. Now we're going to look at our wipes that we created. So it's been sitting for a few minutes now. You touch the wipes, they're soft, they should still be warm. You smell them, you should smell a mixture of all the different oils and all the different ingredients that we've used, the soaps and everything. And if you're looking now, all I'm doing is just pulling away the paper towel roll from the wall of the paper. And it should just pull right out pretty easily. Just like that. And there you go. Not too much work. So once we do that, we're going to go inside here and we're going to find where the roll begins, which is right about here. And what I usually do, I usually pull out the first wipe or two, just because you might have some adhesives that are stuck to the cardboard. So we're not going to use these on the babies, but just to give you an idea of how these things look, these wipes are huge. Usually when you buy a regular baby wipe, you might have it maybe like this, maybe. So they're a lot bigger actually, so you might actually end up using less than you normally would. And sometimes, like if you look right here, this is your 2-ply. This comes right apart. So if you were to get this and use that for your baby, it's pretty strong. So it'll work pretty well. So whether you decide to do 2 of those or 1 of these, either way you go, works out pretty good. So one of these, like I said, this contains 74 wipes. If you use them like half the time or so, you can get about 100 wipes out of this pretty easily, which will last us about a week or so. So hope that helped you out. Thanks a lot for watching. If you have any questions or comments or anything we could do better or differently, don't hesitate to let us know. We got more videos coming up in the future, how to liquefy the soap. We're going to talk about cloth diapering, because we do that also. A lot of other baby stuff also. Just keep checking out for stuff we got coming up. Thanks again for watching. God bless you all, and take care.